Hey everyone, Sheevaun around here, driving for your success, and I thought it'd be a good time to talk a little bit about what is the person, who is the person that is sitting in your head that is having a negative Ned, negative Nelly effect on you. So remember, the things that you hear, the things that you see, every billboard that you see, every email that you see, every negative music that you listen to, every downtrodden story that you buy into, every movie series that is all death and destruction, all of those contribute to those negative Neds and Nellies, and they keep them in play. And you may have quite a few of them. I had this particular client who was watching, I think it's called the Game of Thrones. And I thought, why did her business change? Oh, because she bought into the negative drama and all of the problems and all of the difficulties. And she was so bought into that it had actually affected her entire life. It affected her health, it affected her finances, it affected her relationships. And then I have another client who I finally got him to agree to not have his phone in his room and not pick up his phone until a certain time in the morning. And I gave him a week to do it. And he's like, I feel amazing. I feel the best I've felt. Because I also gave him some energy tools, but the phone being away was important. And so that means he had a lot of that negative stuff, a lot of that comparisonitis, a lot of the negative Neds and Nellies out of his entire being. And I had him reading one of my books. And so he was connected to, energy and alignment and really working through to his next step. And so there's another piece to this, is that there's always somebody that is in your head that is giving you information. You could be trying to live up to them or to live down to them. And the fact of the matter is, unless you're in a room, around a room, a bunch of folks who are really going for something more, who are working on getting something more on a consistent and regular basis, you will fall to your lowest level and have to climb back out. I did an Epic Life Success Summit called peak hopping, and I was teaching people how, over the 3 days, how to hop from peak to peak rather than just crawl out, get to a peak, and then fall back down. And the tendency to do the highs and the lows and the ups and the downs and ups and downs and rounds and being drawn into that is because we've been trained into that. We've been trained into that, from stories in school and the hero's journey and movies especially. So who do you have in your head that is helping you be a negative Ned or Nelly? It could be something that you heard and you have adopted and has become you. And what we want to do is we want to clean those up, cut those out, and disintegrate those. One of the ways I do that is through this podcast, which you should subscribe, like, share, and do all those cool things. But through this podcast, and one of the other ways is through some of the books. I've written 18 books, and you should check them out. And through our blog, and then also through tips and techniques that are earlier on in our YouTube channel. And people work with me one-on-one. And so the fastest path is whatever you choose, but more importantly, the fastest path is whatever you choose, and allow for something to work for you. Not to be saved, but to work for you. And not say, oh, I've heard that before. You're here for a reason, and maybe it's a different reason than you expect. But it all starts with curiosity. So get rid of your negative Neds and Nellies this week, and see you soon, and see you back next week. My name's Sheevaun Moran. Go to SheevaunMoran.com, SheevaunMoran.com. See you soon.